Hello and welcome back to Global Offensive. Now today I've got quite a different video. Usually I would try and attach a match to this video and just have play the game, but I wanted to show something that I found out recently. Now I've been watching a lot of Frankie on PC in 1080p's videos of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which are quite old now, and he doesn't really play Counter-Strike much anymore. But what I have discovered is he did this video, right, where he showed how to bind crosshairs to your keys to make you aim better, and I found, I don't know if anybody else is having this problem, but it didn't really work for me, the bind key and all that, so I got a new method of getting it to work. It's probably not the simplest, but I'll just go through it because that's just the way I did it. And I haven't seen many videos describing it, so I think I'll just go through it myself. So basically, when you're aiming with the AK, as people know, I am terrible with the AK and the M4. I think they're cool guns and they're great for getting kills if you're good with them, but honestly I am so bad with them. So as you can see, the best way to aim with them is just to get these few bullets to be accurate, and if you're not very good after that, stop shooting and try and get your spray pattern to refresh. But what I have done is, if I press 8 on my number pad, I've binded an AK-47 crosshair. So as you can see, the peak of the crosshair at the top is exactly where the bullets will be at their top spray. So as you can see, watch this, like that. Now, most of those bullets, connected with the body, except for the ones that stray to the left and the right, but you could probably, tweak those so you can get them all to connect. But that's quite an easy spray down now. I'm not very good, and I'm actually feeling good, so that's a good thing. If I grab the M44, now the AK crosshair is not going to be any use to me, but I've made an M44 crosshair, which is slightly different to the AK crosshair. It's a little bit smaller, but it's same thing. It's not actually that great. M4 is actually quite accurate. There's also between the bottom of the top of the crosshair, the bottom part of the top bit of the crosshair, and the top of the crosshair, there is actually like a time delay, the amount of time it takes for it to get to the bottom to the top. So you've got to sort of practice with it as well. You can't just instantly be good after having it. As you can see, that sort of worked out there. That worked out. That didn't work out. I still need a lot of practice, but as you can see, it's helping. I know exactly where to aim. That was okay, and then I think you should still tap fire at range, because the bullets are going to just go everywhere if you try and fire. Yeah, not really great at a range, but then again, spraying isn't great at a range unless you're a pro. So yeah, I find it's a little bit better with the AK, so yeah. But also I've bind my default crosshair to the number pad 7, so if I ever just want to grab a gun I'm used to, let's say the SG, as he fails, it's still early morning. I should probably stop recording videos early morning where I have to be skilled and be competent. That's strange, it's blue, but then when I zoom in it's red. I don't understand. Anyway, so I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm probably just going to, instead of explaining how I did the files, I'm probably just going to put the files in the description and like Dropbox or something like that, so you can just download them and do exactly what I did. So we're going to go to my desktop now, where I'm going to show you the files and everything you need to do. Okay, so here we are on my desktop, and first of all I'm just going to put myself offline so that no one can message me while we do this, because I keep getting those in videos. So the first thing you're going to want to do is locate your Steam folder. Now, you might have multiple hard drives, so if I go into my computer now, as you can see, I've got a local disk C, I've got a disk F, and I've got disk G. G is my 2 terabyte drive, F is my... Oh no, sorry, F is my 2 terabyte drive, G is just like 300 gigabyte one, and my local disk C is my onboard hard drive, the one which things go to on the desktop and all that. So I keep all my games under the 2 terabyte one, so you're probably going to have it, if you have one hard drive, you're going to want to click here, go to Files 86 and find Steam in there, but for me, Steam is here, and then you're going to want to go to Steam Apps, Common, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or is it here? Go to CSGO, and config. Now this is the easy part. So as you can see now, these are the files that you're going to need. You're going to want the AK crosshair, which you're going to find. You're going to want the default crosshair. Oh no, that's just default. I don't know. That's not what you want. Sorry, default crosshair, and was M4 crosshair. Probably passed it, have I? Here it is, M4 crosshair. I'll just put these on the desktop. Now, why haven't it gone on the desktop? I don't know. I'm just sleepy today. So these are the files you want. Now, obviously, your default crosshair is going to be different to my default crosshair. So we're just going to want to hop into this map, Crash's crosshair course, I think it's called, and grab your crosshairs. Just 1 second. Okay, so you've probably seen this map before if you've seen my videos or anything like that. And it's basically you can make your own crosshair or choose between crosshairs that have already been made. You know, or that the pros use. Now, I know for a fact that I use the Kenny S's crosshair, so I just grab that one if I ever lose it or anything like that. But if you've got a crosshair that you've handcrafted lovingly and don't want to lose, this is how you save it. So go to the map. Don't click anything else unless you want to change your crosshair, of course, or make a new one. Just go to Share Crosshair, and these are the details that you need to keep your crosshair the way it is. Okay, so we go back to the desktop. I'll just Alt-Tab instead of making a cut because I'm lazy. And then you're going to want to go to default crosshair.cfg. There's going to be nothing in here, and you're just going to want to paste all of it in, and then just click Save. You can do this with Notepad or Notepad++. I'm just using Notepad++ because it's a little bit better, but yeah, it's all the same really. Okay, so the AK crosshair then looks like this, and the M4 crosshair will look like this. And both of these files will be available in the description of the video for you to grab. So this is what it's going to look like. In this room here, we'll just give weapon underscore M4A1, and then we're going to run out here, and basically you're going to want to press the command key. Or the grave key, where you get up the console basically. If you haven't got the console bound to a key, you just go to keyboard and mouse, and it's at the bottom, I think. Toggle console, yes, I've got it as the grave key, which is the key underneath escape, which is the console key for most games. You're going to want to press that, and then you're going to want to say bind, and then you're going to want to choose a key. Now, if you clicked 7, it won't choose number pad 7. The number pad keys are KP underscore, and I think it's home is number pad 7, KP underscore home. If you look at your number pad key, number pad 7, it might say home next to it. Mine does. And then after that, you're going to want to open, what do you call these things? We always call them speech marks in school. It's a bit ridiculous, but those. And then you're going to want to type execute space A or M4 crosshair. You can tell it's morning. And then you're going to want to close those. So basically you're telling the console that you want to bind the M4 crosshair to number pad 7. So every time you press the number pad 7, it'll change to your crosshair for your M4. Now you don't have to have the M4 crosshair as number pad 7. You could say you want it as the default crosshair. Whatever you name those files. So that's what I've got. So the default crosshair is number pad 7. And then say if you wanted the AK crosshair is number pad 8. So you could say, I think it's KP underscore arrow up. And then you're going to want to say AK crosshair. It's got to be capital K. It is case sensitive, I think. But if it's not, just do it for good measure anyway. And then say if you want number pad 9, I think that's page up, PG up, like that. And then you're going to want to say M4 crosshair. And I'll have your M4 crosshair. So now, after binding all of those, you're going to want to press enter after all of those. I've already done it, but it's the same thing basically. So after you have done all of those, then you can press number pad 8 for your AK crosshair, press number pad 7 for your M4 crosshair, and sorry, press number pad 9 for your M4 crosshair, press number pad 7 for your default, and then you can just swap between guns you want. So say if you're used to using P90, just use that for an example. I know it's a bit notorious, but you can just use your normal crosshair. And then say you get an AK and you're just like, well, shit's too accurate for me. You can just swap to your AK crosshair, and then you've got more of a chance of hitting things. If then say you switch to CT, and then you want to use an M4, you swap to your M4 crosshair. Now, I don't have a crosshair for the M4A1. I could look for one and put it in the description too, and maybe I'll put a link for that as well. But it would probably just look like sort of probably M4A1 or something like that. I don't know. I probably won't do it because the M4A4 is actually a little bit better these days anyway. So then once you've got your M4 crosshair, you just test it out on these bots. I think there's more bots over here. Do they not have Kevlar? They're going down a bit quick, I think. Yeah, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, they have got Kevlar, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, so that should be it. So if in my next game or my next couple of games, I'll probably be using this to try and get better, because I'm really bad with the AK and the M4. And yeah, hopefully it all goes well. So thank you for watching. Hope this was really helpful. I'd like to say thank you to Frankie on PC in 1080p for the idea of the video, and just for the sort of, well, he came up with the idea anyway. So thank you to him for having it. And thank you to this website that I found, which showed all the number pad keys if you wanted to bind them. And I think that's it. Anyway. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.